So many things fascinate me about Greenspring. One of the things that fascinates me about Greenspring is that that passion and commitment from every single person at Greenspring. You can almost touch and feel it. How interested and involved they are in getting the best out of every child. My name is Olagoke Balogun. I'm the CEO of SoFresh, and I'm a Greenspring parent. I've been a Greenspring parent for the past 12 or 13 years. Yes, I was surprised because I had no idea that was going to happen. So it was a really pleasant surprise to being nominated as the Father of the Year. My kids didn't even tell me. I wonder how they got them to keep that secret. And of course, I was also joyful for that recognition. So I say it was a mix of surprise and joy being recognized as the Father of the Year. So for me, being nominated the Father of the Year just further reinforces the importance of parents, father being involved and being in the lives of their children, especially education-wise. I also like the fact that it's a principle, it's a mantra that Greenspring lives by, and you can just clearly see the results on the kids directly when our parents are involved in their kids' school and their education, and so for me, it's a reinforcement of that very important truth. So for me, my involvement in the school community is first of all, guided by the fact that it's important for me to be involved and very intentional about my kids' education, and not just education, but my kids' life in general. At this point, they learn a lot, they absorb a lot from what they see from us as parents, and just being very deliberate about being there for them at this point of their life. I think it's very important, and that's one of the principles I live by. It's about leading by example. So I'm telling them, anytime I show up in school, anytime I get involved in their educational activities, I'm telling them this is valuable to me, this is important to me, and so it should be important to you too. And I'm actually leading by example. So that's the way I look at it. For me, I believe the role parenthood plays in academic success or excellence is pivotal. I would even go as much to say that it's probably more important than, it's the most important out of all the roles. So you have the role the teachers play, the role the school in itself plays, even maybe the role the government plays in setting curriculum and all of that. The parent plays a pivotal role in helping the kids achieve the best they can become. Because like I said before, the most important thing in their life, the biggest part of their life right now is education and their school. And the parents being there for them in what is the most important or what takes up their most time right now sends a very strong message to the kids that one, you value what is important to them, they have your support, and you are there to help them through the trying times. You are there to celebrate their wins and their successes. For example, if your kid is getting an award, for example, and you have maybe 200 people in the hall, it matters more to them if their parent is there, and that goes for many other things. So I would say that the role of parents in education is very pivotal, and I really like the fact that Greenspring recognizes that and they actively live that and preach it to the parents. fatherhood is marathon or the sprint. Interesting, and that's the first time I'm hearing that phrase. But then, thinking about it, I agree with it 100%. I'm a long distance runner myself. I'm hoping to become a marathoner one day, right? But I run long distance race, and I think it's a perfect analogy in many, if you think about it properly. For example, no two races are the same. Even if you run 5 kilometers every now and then, or 10 kilometers, no two races are the same. And if you look at it from that perspective, and then as a long distance runner, it's also about grit, about improvement, about becoming better. It's similar to fatherhood or to parenthood in that perspective, because as a father, if you have more than one kid, no two kids are the same. So you're parenting 2 kids differently, and even for that one kid, they grow and evolve. They are not the same over a period of time. So a father to a newborn or a 1 year is different from how you father or parent a toddler, and then into the 5 to 10 year, and then they become teenagers. It's also a different set of skill, even as a father, and then they enter their 20s, their 30s. And the reality is, just like a marathon, it's long distance. Parenting really never stops, and at every stage of your kid's life, even when they are 30, they are 40, you're still a father to them, and you're playing a different role. So as a parent as well, you also have to be able to grow and learn through those phases of their life. You should not be parenting a teenager the way you are parenting a 5 to 10 year old. So that ability to grow and evolve as a father is very essential in you being able to continue to provide that that parental guidance in their life, the support, the guidance, and all of that. So I think I agree with that phrase. It's a marathon, because it's long term. It never really stops, maybe until you drop dead. And then the fact that you have to continue to evolve over that period of fatherhood also makes that statement true. But in long distance race, you have to sometimes pass through some obstacles, and it could be very challenging. You could be tired on the way. It's similar to parenthood as well, but that ability to just keep going, even when things are hard, when things are difficult. And so I'll say yes, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, and it's important to just know that it's a long-term sacrifice that you pay as a parent. But again, because it's a long-term investment, you reap the joys and the benefits in future. I've had so many positive experiences, being very involved in my, kids' education. But I think the most memorable one was just, very literal. I was in my study one day, and then one of my sons just walked in and, just told me, Daddy, well, I'm so happy that you make time to come to school for activities. Thank you for always, being there for us. And for me, that was really touching. I could see the joy and appreciation and how much it means to him that we make time to be there for them. And for me, that was really encouraging. So many things fascinate me about Greenspring. One of the things that fascinates me about Greenspring is that that passion and commitment from every single person at Greenspring. You can almost touch and feel it. How interested and involved they are in getting the best out of every child. And so that for me is one of the most fascinating things, that they are committed and they're invested in educating each child and getting the best out of them. And so it's almost like a very targeted program for each child, to realize their best version, while passing getting through the school. I also like the fact that they're very creative and innovative school, and they are very invested in becoming a better version of themselves even as a school. So I've been in Greensprings for about 12 years now, and I've seen the school grow. I've seen them experiment, I've seen them try new things, I've seen them just evolve and become better and better. 12 years when I joined is not the same right now. It's a school that has grown, that continues to become better and better. I think one of the third thing that also really fascinates me is that they are very open to feedback from everywhere. They take feedback very seriously, and they provide us support to the kids, support to the parents, and they're just very driven about actually educating and making the lives of the kids better. On a scale of 0 to 10, I'll rate my experience as my child, a father in Greensprings, as 10. So it's 10 over 10, 100%. I have no regrets. I think it's the best, not that I know it's the best decision we've made in the life of our kids in the years they've been here. If I had to do it again, I'm going to do it exactly the same. I'm going to bring all my kids to Greensprings like I have done. It's been a great experience, 100%. I don't have any regrets in bringing my kids here. I think it's absolutely important that parents, especially fathers, in this age, be involved in their kids' school life. Like I said earlier, right now, that's about the most important thing to them. And the parents being there, the father being there, is also telling them that you are important to us, you matter to us. What is important to us. And that speaks a lot of volume to them. Also just that support, that someone is there, for us, as the kids, goes a long way in helping them, realize the ultimate they can, in their studies. It also provides actually, support and encouragement to the teachers, actually, for the teachers to know that, we're not just alone. The parents are with us, the parents support us. And so I think, like I said before, the most important person in the kids' life when it comes to school and education is still the parents, and it's so important that we find time, we make our time to be there for them, and prioritize our involvement in school activities, the community, education, even when they are home. How much are we involved and interested in what happens during their day? It's very important, and I think it really helps. It even helps that it helps your relationship as a parent and a child, because it's also a bonding time for them, where they're telling you about school, about what they've done. You also know the school program because you have been there, so you have even more things to talk about, more things to share, and you start to form that bond, not just for now but for the future. So I would advise every parent to really make time, because I think it's one of the most important investments you can make in the life of your child. I would 100% recommend Greensprings to every single parent. For me, it's the best decision we've made, bringing our children to this school, because we've seen the tremendous impact in their lives. Greensprings is not just about academics. It's very important, but it's about the total child. So they're developing them emotionally, they're helping them be thinkers and creative people, and so it's an all all-round total education, and I think that's what sets Greenspring apart. And like I said, you see that every single person at Greenspring, from the teachers to the cleaners to all the other support staff, admin staff, the principal, even the school proprietor herself, you can see the passion and commitment in getting the best out of every child. And so that really distinguishes Greenspring from every other school. And for me, I would say it's one of the best decisions you would take, bringing your child to this school, because you can be rest assured that when they're living here, they're living the best version of themselves, and they're ready to face the world out there and continue to grow and excel. The fact that they equip them not just with academics but with every other life skill you can think about, and it's a total round education, and that is why I would recommend Greenspring, because you get value for every single time, money that you invest in their time here at Greensprings.